So with the launch of the A7R Mark IV, what did it confirm about the upcoming A7S? Stay tuned. What's going on, guys? My name is Ty Turner, and if this is your first time on my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. This channel is designed for people like yourself that want to turn their photography or videography passion into profit. We like to call you guys contentpreneurs, but let's get right into it and talk about a few things. Listen, with the announcement of the A7R Mark IV, which came out of left field, I did not expect it. It sheds more light onto what the next A7S is going to be. And I did a bold prediction video about it a little time ago, and a lot of you guys thought I was crazy about some of the things I predicted. However, with the launch of the new A7R4, some of those things don't seem as crazy. What does the A7R4 tell us about the A7S that's coming up? A lot of things. One, it's going to get a brand new sensor. It will have at least 15 stops of dynamic range. I'm going to say it will probably have finished colors because that's huge for video. Also, there are a few other things that were announced with the A7R4, a few other hot shoe adapters such as microphones and things like that. I'm sure you're going to see an arrangement of accessories to go alongside the A7S that's coming out. And one of the biggest things that I talked about in my previous video that will be huge for the A7S is the real-time autofocus during video. If you look at some of the videos that are out that talks about it for the A7R Mark IV, it is amazing. It is grabbing eyes and faces and people are turning and it's not losing it because of hair. It's snappy and fast, and it has completely closing the gap, if not maybe even taking a lead due to eye autofocus on humans and pets. It has probably taken a lead from dual pixel autofocus, which hasn't really changed much. You got a little bit of a difference with mirrorless, but they kind of felt like, yo, we good. We gave it to you back with the, what, 80D? You know, we don't really need to change much because if it's not broke, don't fix it. However, Sony has sat back and said, okay, we can do better. We can snap on the eyes. We can snap on the faces instead of just tracking objects. And don't get me wrong, dual pixel autofocus is dope. Not taking nothing away from it. If you ever use a 1DX, you know that the dual pixel autofocus is dope. And a lot of high-end YouTubers use that as their go-to camera simply because of the dual pixel autofocus. It's going to be difficult to hold that big old thing and point it to yourself and talk. However, A7S is a whole lot smaller. It may be a better vlogging camera. I think with the changes in the body from the A7R4, don't be surprised if the next version of the A7S has changes in the body as well, such as the flip-up screen that everybody's requesting or asking for. I personally don't care too much about it, but a lot of you people want that, and I wouldn't be surprised if that makes it to the next version. But the important things you got to keep in mind, the A7R4 kind of confirms is the fact that it's definitely getting a brand new sensor. The brand new sensor is probably going to be even more of a low light beast, and you're going to have a major bump in dynamic range. That is a game changer in itself, and it's probably why it's taking Sony so long to push it out. It's because of this new sensor and this new bump in dynamic range and possibly a big bump in resolution. I wouldn't be surprised if you got 4.5K, 5K, 6K, and they're just trying to figure out a way to keep this thing cool, give it the ability to run forever without overheating. That's the only thing I can think of as far as something that could be holding back or delaying the release date or announcement of the A7S, but I'm pretty sure we will see it, or at least the announcement here in 2019. The question is, are they gonna call it the Mark III or is it gonna be the Mark IV? That'd be weird if they skipped 3. That would be weird if they skipped 3. Hell, Apple did it. I don't see why they would. Anyway, them guys are probably in board meetings right now hashing that out. But you have to know that with the launch of the A7R Mark IV, there are some major changes coming for the A7S. For them to be able to do this camera, get this camera out, and that camera took that big of a jump in just a year, What are we to expect from the A7S? In about 2 years, I expect something dangerously different. A disruptor, a game changer. With the R lineup, they're going after medium format cameras. They're going after those big guys. You gotta think with the S lineup, they're going after the cameras. They're going after the C200s. They're going after those guys and shaking it up. I've said it before. Sony's not afraid to step on the toes of their FS5. They've done it before. They're not afraid to step on the toes of their cinema lineup. I think anything, I want to say FS7 and below is fair game. I almost want to say the FS7 is fair game. There are some things that it gives you that you just can't get on the mirrorless, like certain output, certain inboard audio, things like that, time code, those things that you'll still get with those cameras. But as far as image quality, I think they want you to own a FS7 and then go buy an A7S as your B camera or C camera or in-car camera or stunt camera. I think they want you to do that. So I wouldn't be surprised at how deep they cut into that market of cinema lineup cameras that they have. I wouldn't be surprised. They're not Canon. Canon has too many cameras out and they don't want to overstep those cameras and they don't release them together. You know what I mean? So I don't see Sony having that issue, and I still see the A7S being something that is a complete disruptor. It's a complete game changer. They're not going to turn the knob a little bit. They're going to break the knob. And even talking to Sony guys at NAB, I felt like they were like, yeah, it's going to be worth the wait. Trust me, it's going to be worth the wait. All I can do is sit back, save my pennies, and look for the next announcement. What do you guys think is going to happen with the next A7? Do you guys think they're going to call it the A7S3 or they're going to jump to 4? And what features do you guys think will come with the next A7S 3.5? Leave the comments below. And if you like this video, make sure you hit the thumbs up button. For more videos that are talking about gear and ways you can turn your passion into profit, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. I'm working hard to make sure I bring you guys consistent content, and I will see you guys in the next video.